I'm Jason Momoa of Baywatch Hawaii.
And I'm Stacy Kamano. Our television job is saving lives and teaching ocean safety.
Since the arrival of the ancient Hawaiians, the ocean has been a large part of our culture, providing an important source for food, entertainment, and transportation.
But our ancestors also understood the power and danger of the ocean.
Today we want to introduce you to some real ocean safety professionals with some important information.
Learning respect for the sea is something that can save your life.
And will help you survive and thrive in our island paradise.
We begin right here on the North Shore of Oahu, world famous for big surf.
Aloha and welcome to the beautiful North Shore of Oahu, also known as the surfing capital of the world. During the winter months, from September through March, surf can range anywhere from 2 feet to 25 feet within a matter of hours. Wherever you find breaking waves, you'll find rip currents. What was a shallow sandbar one day could change into a deep, treacherous current the next. Rip currents or strong currents are caused by massive amounts of water rushing in, hitting the beach, and having to find an exit. This water usually pushes along parallel to the beach for quite some time before looking for its own exit out towards sea. If you find yourself in a rip current, the main thing you want to remember is not to panic. Stay calm, wave for help. When visiting our beaches, please take special note of our warning signs which we post daily along our shorelines. Remember, if in doubt, don't go out.
And please, if you're surfing or bodyboarding, learn how first and find a mentor.
Start with the small, easy waves and gradually work your way up to the bigger waves.
Each year, nearly 2,000 ocean rescues are made on Oahu.
Everyone occasionally gets in trouble, not just the newcomers and tourists.
Don't let Hawaii's beauty allow you to get swept away.
Next, let's go to the area where I grew up, the west side of Oahu.
Here on the west or leeward sides of the islands, we have beautiful beaches. We have south swells in the summer and north swells in the winter, both of which can create dangerous shore breaks and strong currents. Ocean conditions are always changing. You should study and observe it before entering, and we always recommend that you swim at a guarded beach. Besides wave riding, the west shore is excellent for other activities, which include hiking, biking, and fishing. Waves can wash up at any time. Always use extreme caution when hiking or fishing on our rocky coastline. There are sharks in Hawaiian waters. However, incidents with them are rare. 2 basic tips are to avoid murky water and swimming at dawn or dusk. If you have any questions, ask your lifeguard. We are professionals and can point you in the right direction. Always know your limits, and if in doubt, don't go out.
I was at a west side lagoon with my family having a great day at the beach when we noticed 2 gentlemen with snorkel gear who walked past us down to the edge of the water. Both of them entered the water and they were having a great time swimming around. I then noticed one of them swim out in front of the rocks, which is clearly posted as dangerous. I was alerted by all of this when I heard his friend start to yell his name. I couldn't see the guy who swam out in front of the rocks, so I walked to the edge of the water and I asked his friend if he needed help. He said he did. So I swam out into the water and got into the gap here where the rocks are, and I couldn't spot his friend. So I swam out about another 15 meters out in front, and I still couldn't locate him. At that point, I swam back and got on top of the rocks to a vantage point to where I could look out and try to spot him. It took me a few moments to spot him, but after a while, I saw him floating face down. At that point, I swam out to him and grabbed him, and I was pulling him to the rocks. Once I almost got him up, about a 2 to 3 foot wave broke on top of us and we both fell off. At that point, a guard came out and he assisted me in getting him on top of the rocks. We did CPR on him for about 45 minutes, but we couldn't save him. He died.
I grew up playing on those beaches and in those waters. I take nothing for granted.
Another safety tip for your day at the beach: don't forget the sunblock.
The direct rays of the tropical sun have left many a newcomer with a painful reminder about using sunscreen while enjoying the Hawaiian outdoors.
Our simple rule: slip, slap, and slop. Slip a shirt on.
Slap a hat on or slap some sunscreen on and you'll protect yourself from the sun.
Next, taking the family for a picnic at the beach can be a very wonderful way to spend a day.
Here's some advice to ensure you'll have an enjoyable day as we visit Oahu's South Shore.
Welcome to White Plains Beach on the South Shore of Oahu. This beach is typical of south-facing shores on the Hawaiian Islands. The gentle rolling waves are ideal for beginning bodyboarding and surfing. Other beaches include Diamond Head, Waikiki, and Ala Moana, which are all popular with both tourists and locals alike. Ala Moana is the most heavily used beach in Honolulu. Don't let the calm, placid ocean fool you. The water right offshore is extremely deep and drops off suddenly. Drownings and accidents do occur here. Parents, always watch your children carefully. Never leave them unattended. World-famous Waikiki is the birthplace of surfing. Millions of people enjoy the beach annually. Catamaran rides, canoeing, swimming, and snorkeling are all popular activities. Amongst these crowded conditions, accidents can happen. Enjoy, but be safe. For all ocean sports, you must know how to swim. Don't depend on your bodyboard or surfboard to keep you afloat. Rely on your swimming ability rather than flotation devices.
The South Shore is where most people play, but there is an invisible hazard found only here.
The box jellyfish is the mother of all jellyfish. They migrate to the South Shore beaches at regular intervals.
Watch for the warning signs or ask a lifeguard. A sting can be very painful and leave permanent scarring.
Or much worse, you could go into anaphylactic shock.
Rinse the sting immediately with vinegar to kill the sting cells. For pain, apply either heat or cold, whichever works best for you.
But if you have trouble breathing, seek medical attention immediately.
Let's continue our trip around Oahu, past the famous beach at Waikiki to Hanauma Bay, and more of the South Shore.
The southeast corner of the South Shore is where we find Hawaii's most popular beach area for snorkeling, exploring, and scuba diving. But
that's right, it's always important to exercise caution.
Our next ocean safety expert, Alan Hong, should know. He's a certified diving instructor.
Hanauma Bay is located on the east shore of Coco Head. In 1967, this area was made a Marine Life Conservation District, and that protection has resulted in a multitude of very tame marine life being found close to shore within a sheltered reef. The easy accessibility of Hanauma Bay and the abundant marine life has made Hanauma Bay the major diving visitor destination for Hawaii. As a diving instructor, I've seen many divers get into trouble for various reasons. One of the main reasons is they are just not familiar with Hanauma Bay. As with any dive location here in Hawaii, you can enhance your safety and increase your enjoyment by having someone with you that is familiar with the area. That way you can help avoid some of the dangers and go to the most interesting dive sites. The lifeguards are probably the best people to consult if you want to find out what the conditions or hazards are for that particular day. If you're a new resident to Hawaii, dive clubs that are found at military bases and at dive shops are a wealth of information. Becoming a member is one of the best ways to quickly learn about Hawaii's most enjoyable and exciting dive areas. Diving is a very enjoyable, exciting sport, but you do have to take several precautions. Be trained in the use of your equipment, whether you're a scuba diver or a snorkeler. Hawaii's corals are very sharp and at the same time very delicate. For your protection and the protection of the corals, wear protection that will prevent you from getting cut if you should accidentally contact any of these corals. Diving is a safe, enjoyable sport, and once you've mastered the skills, it will open up a whole new world for you while you're here in Hawaii.
Study and know your conditions before entering the ocean. Sounds logical.
But even the modest waves can lead to serious injuries.
The South Shore's sandy beach is a perfect example.
Sandy Beach is located on the far southeast corner of Oahu and is a popular playground for locals and visitors alike. We have surf here consistent throughout the year that breaks very close to shore and can be very dangerous. Sandy Beach and Makapu are popular for body surfing and bodyboarding, but we have more incidents and rescues than any other beach on Oahu by far. Here's some advice. Learn to surf at beaches with safer conditions. For example, like Bellows Beach or Waikiki Beach. It's great to enjoy the surf and sand at our beautiful beaches, but remember, alcohol is strictly prohibited. The waves here come out of deep water and quickly breaks on a shallow sandbar. This creates a very dangerous wave for riding. People that are unfamiliar with this type of wave may end up hitting the bottom head first. Believe it or not, most of these types of accidents happen in the smaller surf, and all too often people become paraplegics and quadriplegics, complements of sandy shore break. It's highly recommended that you wear a good pair of surf fins when entering the water. When you are caught in a strong current, never resist, but instead go with the flow. Remember, the bigger the surf, the stronger the currents. Before you go into the water, watch the experienced body surfer or bodyboarder to pick up safe techniques. Your beach lifeguard knows the conditions and will gladly share it with you. When you're in the water, be aware of those around you. Crowded conditions can cause injuries to you and others. Pass up waves that are too big or already breaking. When you catch a wave, never go straight to the shore or you'll go over the falls. It's critical to know when to abandon the wave by cutting out or diving through it before it breaks on the shore. If it's too big, don't go out.
The last stop on our ocean safety tour of Oahu is the Eastern Shore. This is where you'll find some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. I should know this. This is where I grew up.
Kailua and Lanikai have each been selected as America's best beaches in recent years.
Windward beaches are great for windsurfing, kayaking, and jet skiing.
Not to mention sailing, powerboating, beginning surfing, and bodyboarding.
All are enjoyable activities worth learning about, and the windward side of Oahu is the ideal spot to go when you're just starting out.
The windward or eastern coastline of Oahu is dotted with a succession of bays and lagoons and is home to some of the most beautiful beaches that Hawaii has to offer. Here at Bellows Air Force Station, we have 46 acres of white sand and is open to all military and Department of Defense personnel. We're neighbored by Waimanalo and Sherwood Forests, as well as Lanikai and Kailua Beach, which is open to the public. Bellows is a great place for families,
and is an excellent beach for beginning bodyboarding and body surfing. You must be a strong swimmer, and it is highly recommended that you use fins. Don't let small waves fool you, they can still be powerful. Never underestimate the ocean. Parents, always watch your children and be aware of strong currents. The windward side is home to the Portuguese man-o-war, also known as the blue bottle. They float on the surface and are brought in by wind and ocean currents. It's a good idea to search the high water mark and ask a lifeguard if they're particularly bad that day. Their sting can be quite painful, and some people may develop an allergic reaction. To relieve the stinging sensation, our treatment is to apply vinegar and warm water to the affected area. Kayaking is increasing in popularity along the Windward Coast. It's relatively simple to learn, but requires strength and stamina. The ocean is a great place to recreate, but does demand respect. Before you go out, file a float plan, wear a personal flotation device, and carry a cell phone. The Mokulua Islands are a popular destination for kayakers. However, they can prove dangerous. Don't underestimate the distance and be aware of changing weather and ocean conditions throughout your journey. Be prepared for the unexpected. Always kayak with a buddy, and if you do fall out of your kayak, stay with your craft.
There is no better place on earth to enjoy water sports than Hawaii, and you'll enjoy them even more if you have an understanding and respect for the sea.
As you travel Hawaii, you'll find similar conditions we've described on the north, south, east, and west coast of all the islands.
We encourage you to take the extra time and effort to learn more about ocean safety.
Don't learn respect for the sea the hard way.
We want you to enjoy Hawaii safely. Aloha.